The Pitt Panthers travel to Happy Valley to take on the Nittany Lions at Beaver Stadium. Welcome to the show. My name is Brock Page, and I do random sports picks for fun. The Nittany Lions opened up as the 18-point favorites, and the total at 68. Since the betting opened up, however, a lot of that early money came pouring in on Penn State. The Lions are now laying 20 points against the spread, with the total moving downward to an even 66. And at the moment, the Nittany Lions are heavily favored on the money line at $14.50. All right, folks, this Penn State team had a real nice cover last week against Akron. Penn State came into that matchup with the closing number at around 32 points, and they just absolutely decimated the Zips at home. That's obviously going to put the Nittany Lions at 1-0 against the spread on the year, as well as 1-0 against the spread as the favorite. An inspired Pitt Panthers team upset Penn State last year at Heinz Field and are looking to do the same thing this year. That said, we're going to see ourselves a better prepared Nittany Lions team, and things are not looking good for Pitt in this one. I'm foregoing a money line play as well as a play on the total. I am, however, loving the Penn State Nittany Lions minus 20, getting the job done against the spread. I'm predicting a final score of 44-23. All right, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Iowa State Cyclones in the Battle of Iowa. The Hawkeyes opened up as the 1.5-point favorites with the total at 49. Since then, the Iowa Hawkeyes are now minus 2 against the spread, with the total moving downward to 48.5. And at the moment, Iowa's laying 145 as the moneyline favorites. The Hawkeyes are 1-0 against the spread in their lone game this year. They also successfully covered the spread in week 1 as the official Vegas favorite. I think we see some more of the same this week. The early money came in on the Hawkeyes, and for me personally, I'm in full agreement with the betting public. I'm taking the Iowa Hawkeyes minus 2 with the under 48.5. I'm also making a money line play in this one. I'm predicting a final score of 24-17 Hawkeyes. Next game, the Miami Hurricanes take on Arkansas State for a 3:30 start at Centennial Bank Stadium. The U opened up as the 15-point favorites with the total at 54.5. Since then, we've seen some early money coming in on Arkansas State. Miami's now just minus 14 with the total moving upward to an even 55. And at the moment, the Canes are laying 600 on the money line. Currently, the books have Arkansas State as the 2-touchdown underdogs, but I think we all know it's going to turn out much worse than that. I'm going against that silly early betting public money and taking the Miami Hurricanes minus 14. There it is with the over 55. I'm predicting a final score of 36-20 Hurricanes. All right, next game, San Jose State travels to Texas to take on the Longhorns. The Longhorns are the 27-point favorites with the total at an even 63. The struggling Texas program suffered an embarrassing loss at the hands of Maryland in week 1, which puts their record to 0-1 against the spread overall. They're also 0-1 against the spread as the favorite and 0-1 against the spread at home. They're going up against a San Jose State program who's 1-0 overall against the spread and as the underdog. The Spartans are the 4-score underdogs, and I think they can keep it close. I'm foregoing a play on the total and the money line. I do, however, like the San Jose State Spartans plus 27, getting the job done against the number. Next game, Tulane takes on the Midshipmen at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. Navy opened up as the 14-point favorites and the total at an even 49. Since then, we've seen a good amount of money pouring in on the green wave. Navy's now minus 12.5 against the spread with the total moving downward to 48.5. And at the moment, Navy's laying 500 as the moneyline favorites. Navy's 1-0 against the spread overall, as well as 1-0 as the favorite. They looked very efficient last week, and I think they can get it done by 2 touchdowns at home. Give me the Navy Midshipmen, minus 12.5, getting the job done against the spread. I'm also making an absurd money line play in this one. I think Navy at least wins it outright for some money line cash. I'm predicting a final score of 30-17. Next game, Western Michigan travels to Michigan State for a 3:30 start at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans opened up as the 6.5-point favorites and the total at 52.5. Since the betting opened up, we've seen a good amount of money coming in on the Spartans. I guess the early bettors must not be fazed by a valiant effort put forth last week by Western Michigan. They really took it to USC and arguably the best quarterback in college football. Semantics aside, this Michigan State Spartans program are now minus 7 against the spread with a total at 52. And at the moment, Michigan State's laying 275 on the money line. Both teams are 1-0 against the spread overall with solid covers last week in their respective season openers. Michigan State successfully covered as the home favorite. Meanwhile, on the other side, Western Michigan successfully covered their 4-score spread as the official road underdog. I think this Western Michigan team comes back down to reality here. The line is real sharp in my opinion, so I'm not going to make a play on the spread or the total here, but I am confident that this Michigan State team will get the job done. I have no prediction on the score, but I think the Spartans win it outright at home. All right, folks. That is going to do it for me, but before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. And if for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.